I'm dating the beginning of that path, of course, from 1928 and the release of Steamboat Willie, the picture that introduced sound to the cartoon and Mickey Mouse to the world. Was it actually the first cartoon in which Mickey appeared?
Yes, in which Mickey appeared, yes. But I was making cartoons long before that. In fact, I think I've been in this business about as long as anybody living today. I started actually in the to make my first animated cartoons 1920. Of course, they were very crude things then, and I used sort of little puppet things. We didn't draw them like we do today. I used to make little cutout things, and joints were pinned, and we'd put them under the camera, and we'd maneuver them and make them do things. And
this was before you came to Hollywood, actually.
Oh, yes, this started back in Kansas City, Missouri, where I was working in made the little advertisements for theaters. It's equivalent to what you see in TV commercials today, you know. Put your winter coat in early, you know. Get your fedora block for the winter and all those kinds of things. This was back in the days when they had the old canvas tops on cars. Get your top renewed.
That's still necessary, of course.
Yeah. And there was one little thing I did there. You had to think up little gags, little catch things, you know. So I had this spanking, shining car drive in. I had a character on the street. He hailed the driver, and he says, "Hi, old top, new car?" And the guy in the car says, "No, old car, new top." Then we go into the pitch of where to get them renewed and all that stuff.
Well, I was dating Steamboat Willie simply because it was, Mickey's first appearance, and also the first introduction of sound to the cartoon. Now, in the case of Steamboat Willie, I suppose sometimes picture came first and sometimes sound came first, or was it always picture first?
No, in the days of Steamboat Willie, it was picture first. And then we used to put the sound on afterwards, and in those days you couldn't do what we call dubbing today, where you could mix a lot of tracks. It wasn't yet science that you could get away with, so we used to have to do everything at one time. And we used to have to run the cartoon. We'd have the fellows with the sound effects. We had the people with the voices. We had the orchestra going, and everybody had to synchronize and hit that thing right on the button. And we had a way of doing it, though. We had a little kind of a little beat that worked up and down, and there was so many of those beats, you know, and they were all musicians working for me, so they could follow those beats. And when it came to a certain number of beats, they would go ah, or they would go bang, or they would go this, or they would pop one of these pop guns, you know, and they would always fit.
It was kind of opening night for everybody.
Oh, yeah, it was a madhouse. It really was.